Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to give you those key insights you need without all the extra noise. Today, we're really digging into something critical for anyone leading a sales team or managing hiring. Yeah, we're talking about how you actually find and hire the absolute best sales talent out there. So if that's you, stick around.
Our main source today is some great material from the Sales Experts, and they start strong with that famous Steve Jobs quote.
Oh yeah, the one about success. The secret of my success is that we have gone to exceptional lengths to hire the best people in the world. Powerful stuff.
It really is. It just hammers home that finding the right people wasn't just a thing for jobs. It was maybe the thing, the core focus.
Exactly. But then the sales experts immediately bring us back down to earth. They say, point blank, without a doubt, the job market is incredibly challenging right now.
Which, let's be honest, isn't exactly news to anyone trying to hire top salespeople.
No, it's the reality. The ambition is still there, hire the best, but, the path is just way more complicated now. And everyone feels that. Top talent is always hard to find. That's a constant, even when things are booming. But now, in this market, it feels less like finding a needle in a haystack and more like, well, the haystack is enormous and mostly full of distracting stuff.
And you know the cost of getting it wrong or just taking too long.
Oh, yeah, an open territory, or worse, the wrong person filling a key role that hurts badly.
Which leads right into why the sales experts stress the need to avoid hiring mistakes and lengthy delays. These aren't just small bumps in the road for a sales team. A bad hire burns through resources, time, cash, morale.
Hits the pipeline directly.
Absolutely. And those delays. While you're searching, the competition isn't waiting, opportunities are missed, your team gets stretched thin, the financial hit is real.
Okay, so given all that, the challenge, the cost, the sales experts pose a really central question for us today. And it's this: what is the difference between retained and contingency search?
Right. And understanding this isn't just like an academic exercise. They argue it's fundamental to actually achieving real sales success in this environment.
So this deep dive is about helping you, the listener, figure out how to use this knowledge strategically.
Okay, so before we dive deeper into the why, maybe we should quickly define these terms, just so we're all on the same page.
Good idea. Let's start with retain. What does that actually look like in practice?
Okay, so retain search. Think of it like hiring a specialist detective for a really high-stakes case.
Yeah.
It's exclusive. You pay an upfront fee, usually in stages, and that firm dedicates serious resources just for your search.
So you're buying their focus, time, and effort.
Exactly. They're doing deep market mapping, finding people who aren't even looking, really thorough vetting. It's usually for senior roles, critical hires, maybe confidential searches. And crucially, they get paid for the process, the work they put in, whether you hire their candidate in the end or not. It shows commitment on both sides.
Right, a real partnership. Okay, so what's the other side of the coin? Contingency.
Yeah, contingency search is, well, it's different. It's more like a race. You might have several firms working on the same role all at the same time. No upfront fee. They only get paid if their candidate gets the job. So the incentive is purely placement. This often works okay for, say, more junior or mid-level roles, where the talent pool is bigger and maybe speed is the main driver. You might see more volume of candidates.
Just that difference alone makes it clear why the sales experts are focusing on this, doesn't it?
Totally.
It's not just about filling a seat. It's about finding that ideal person, that Steve Jobs' best people in the world type. And the way you look for them, well, that's going to massively impact who you find, how fast, and if they actually stick around and perform.
Precisely. Think about it in this challenging job market, where top talent is always hard to find. Your search method becomes strategic. If you need, say, a top enterprise AE who has to deliver millions, a retained firm is probably going to dig much deeper. They'll identify passive candidates, do serious culture fit checks. It's proactive headhunting.
That makes a lot of sense. Being proactive, not just reactive. And for those big revenue-critical roles, that deep dive approach seems essential for avoiding hiring mistakes. Because a bad hire at that level, oof, it's not just a cost, it's a massive missed revenue opportunity.
Oh, it's staggering. You've got the salary, sure, but then the lost deals, the dent of the pipeline, the team morale hit, the management time fixing it. For sales, it's directly tied to missing quota, stalling growth. Retained search, with a focus on quality over quantity, aims to reduce that risk. Fewer candidates maybe, but highly qualified ones.
Okay, and what about the lengthy delays problem? How do the two approaches affect the time it takes? Because an empty seat in sales is painful.
Yeah, that's pipeline drying up, competitors moving in. It puts huge pressure on the rest of the team. The opportunity cost is immense.
So how does retain versus contingency play out there?
Well, it's a trade-off. Retained search can sometimes take longer upfront because it's so thorough, but the goal is a higher chance of a successful long-term hire. So you avoid restarting the whole search again in 6 months because it was a bad fit.
Right, avoiding the churn.
Whereas contingency might get you candidates faster initially, but the quality could be all over the place. So you might spend longer sifting through resumes or, worse, make a quick hire that turns out to be a mistake, and you're back to square one anyway.
So speed isn't everything if the quality isn't there.
Exactly. The sales experts seem to imply that speed without quality can actually cost you more time and money in the long run than a slightly longer, more deliberate approach.
That word carefully that the source uses, it really stands out, doesn't it? It suggests you need to be intentional, strategic about how you hire, not just scrambling when someone quits. For sales leaders, it means having a plan, thinking about talent constantly, aligning it with your growth goals.
Absolutely. If you're serious about driving sales success, you can't just, hope for the best with hiring. You need to consider the role, the urgency, the confidentiality needed. Are you replacing a top performer? Building a whole new team? That dictates the strategy.
It really elevates hiring from an HR task to a core business strategy, doesn't it?
Definitely.
The sales experts are basically saying this choice, retained or contingency, is as important as picking your sales methodology or your tech stack.
It's about the partnership you built to find those critical revenue-driving people. Are you just filling a job, or are you acquiring a strategic asset?
A strategic asset. I like that framing.
That difference in mindset often points towards the right search approach. If you need very specific skills, track record, network, a targeted, retained approach often makes more sense for the long haul.
Okay, so wrapping this up. The big takeaway from the sales experts seems clear. In this tough market, finding top talent is hard. Avoiding costly hiring mistakes and long delays is vital. And the key is being careful and strategic about how you search. Understanding the difference between retain and contingency is a huge part of that.
Right. Your ability to get the best salespeople directly impacts your team's results, your company's growth, your sales success. So understanding these recruitment nuances isn't optional anymore. It's core strategy. For you as a leader, digging into this is crucial.
Because that knowledge genuinely affects your team's performance right now, and definitely your future success. So here's something to think about. Considering these market challenges, and now understanding a bit more about these search types, what's the real cost of hiring mistakes and delays in your sales organization right now? And what could a more strategic approach to recruitment unlock for you and your team?